this is the chart. And if you guys have been following our technical analysis webinar, all these trend lines that we have been drawing has been there for last couple of months at the very least, right? This was the first one we draw, and then this was the second one we draw. So this was the second one we draw, and then this was the third one we draw, and then this was the fourth one we draw. And you guys been on this journey with us. And I keep telling every single time, this is not a prediction. This is what I see. And this is what I have been seeing. And this is the trend that could be. Now, when maybe last webinar or the webinar before this, when we were here around here, I said, if we break this trend line, the next support will be on this secondary trend line that we drew. And on Friday, we tested that. And then we saw a bounce. Now, today, this trend line is in jeopardy. But we could see a short-term bounce where bulls are trying to maintain or hold on to this trend. If this is broken, it will also mean that we have broken 50-day SMA, and see how tightly this trend line is with 50-day SMA. That's how you know that you are on the right track. Now, if this is broken, the next big support is not until 43.90, and break below that, we can even go to 43.29. Break below that, the next one is at 42.70, but yearly uptrend is still intact and far from being broken, right? So this pullback could very well happen. I would not be surprised if it does, but this is what I see, right? And you have been with this journey. This is not me looking at things in hindsight. We drew this trend line. We try to, again, not predict, but make an educated guess on where it's going. Now, the interesting thing that I want to show you, and why you shouldn't trust everything you see online or anybody who I'm pretty sure you guys are part of all this trading groups and whatnot, including TRADEORE, right? And people post charts and stuff all the time that they're seeing. Technical analysis is an art, but it's not a hard one. Anybody who knows how to draw straight lines, anybody who knows how to look at this chart and use some of this tool on the side can become a technical trader. They become technical indicator experts overnight. I've seen people with less than a year of experience starting trading groups and trying to tell people, all right, this is what my technical analysis tells me. There are YouTubers online that does that too. There are people who has been calling the top since we were here back in January, right? And look where we are now. There are people calling it bear rally. There are people calling it start of a new bear market because we see this pullback here. Point is, anybody with this tool, and this is, I'll tell you what it is, it's a trading view. So if you go to tradingview.com, it's a free tool. And if you draw some of these lines by yourself, voila, you're a technical trader. Point I'm trying to make is, will be more clear why you shouldn't trust anybody and everybody that you see posting charts in Discord, WhatsApp group, on Twitter, on anywhere online and claiming, because here is the kicker. There is no accountability there, right? So if you follow those people and make your decision based on them, or follow me, like I am one of those people, right? So I'm not saying that everybody is wrong and I'm right. What I'm trying to tell you is that you have to make your own decision and don't listen to anybody. Where I make my case is that you've been this journey some of you at the very least, has been in this journey since beginning of this year. So they know that these lines were already there. This resistance line, this support line where it bounces, they're all there, and market is following these lines. This line didn't come up here. I didn't draw it here. I drew it here. When it first tested and started bouncing, this is where I drew it. So when it came back and hold on to that, that was according to the plan and according to the trend line. Same thing, this one, all of this line support is it's all there, right? So point is, you shouldn't listen to anybody and everybody, and I'll show you why. Now, I just went online, right, this morning, and I was like, all right, let's see what this internet experts are saying about where market's gonna go. Let's find out, right? And I didn't want it to do like very extensive. I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I don't pay any attention to anybody, any quote unquote expert online. I don't pay any attention to it, and I don't pay any attention to market gurus that are on the TV shows like Jim Cramer or what they have to say. And there are many more like that, or on YouTube, or on Twitter, or on Facebook, or on WhatsApp groups, or anybody else. Like, I don't pay any attention to what anybody else has to say. I don't listen to them. To me, it's all noise, and I don't want them to influence any decision I make in progress. I have my clear process. I have my levels. I've been doing this for long enough time, almost 14 years now, to know that what I do works and what I have faith in myself, right? So I try to cut down the noise. I like simplicity. I like, so if I fail tomorrow, it's not because I listened to X, Y, and Z. It's because I failed. I did something wrong. My analysis was wrong. So I can go back and see where I can improve on it, what I did wrong. How do I correct myself? And that is the whole thing about it. But while I was doing that research, I found some very interesting things. So here is the expert number one. This expert is saying that this is the wedge on SPX. These are all SPX. This is the wedge. And now once it breaks out, market is going to go up, which is pretty, it looks like a legit chart, right? Like one line here, one line there. It's a wedge. Once you break out a wedge, it should move up. This is a bull wedge. All right. So I should buy calls maybe starting next week, or start buying shares. But then I was like, all right, let's take a look at what expert number two has to say. Oh, it's the same thing. Again, the wedge and going up. And this guy is saying it's going to go all the way up. And his reasoning is that this is head and shoulder. Now, this guy didn't mention head and shoulder, but this guy is saying that this is head and shoulder. This is the exponential squeeze zone. And from here, we are going to go all the way high. And this is how inverse head and shoulder mechanics work, mind you. All right, so we are pushing towards all-time high. Boom. Now, and this was updated 11 hours ago, by the way, so this is all up to date. Like, I'm not digging charts from 2-3 weeks ago. At the very least, it's like maybe last Thursday or Friday, all right? And then I look at it, all right, what will we have here? Now, this guy is saying that this is a short setup. And this is a last update. This was actually a little bit older. So we're going to just, actually, no, this was yesterday, August 12th. So this guy is saying that this is a short setup. What we're going to do is it's going to probably bounce a little bit, and then we're going all the way down. So, okay, so we have two bulls and one bear. And then this guy is also predicting that S&P 500 is going to crash. One guy is telling me it's going all-time high. The other one is saying it's going to crash. All right, so what's the expert number 5 says? Again, the wedge, and it's going to go back up again. And this guy is long, and this was also updated 2 days ago. All right, now I'm confused. So should I be bearish or bullish going into next week? Now, if you looked at just guy 1, 2, and 3, you would be bullish. But if you look at guy 2 and 3 or 2 and 4, you will be bearish. So what to do? I hope I'm making my point clear. All I'm trying to say is there's so much noise, right? Like, depending on where you look, depending on who you listen to, and depending on your own personal bias, you will make a decision and you'll be like, okay, this week, this coming week, market is going to crash. I gotta start buying shorts. And another kicker here is that no matter what happened in the market, half of these people are going to be right. If market goes up, these 3 people are going to claim victory and say, I told you so. If market crash, these 2 people are going to claim victory and say, I told you so. So at any given time, at least half the people are going to be right, right? Your job is not to say, I told you so. Your job is to not be right. Your job is to make money. And the way you make money is by doing your own thing, making your own analysis. Even if you're wrong, it's fine. Or following people who have proven track record and listening to them, taking what they're saying with a grain of salt, and still make your own decision. So I'm not saying that you should do what I tell you to do. I am not saying that you should always listen to me. You should do what I tell you to do and you will be successful. You will never see me telling you that I can make you successful or you should always listen to me. What I'm trying to tell you is show you the reality of stock market. Because if you blindly follow anyone, you're going to destroy yourself, right? So make your own decision, use your own brain. Don't be like, all right, these 2 guys are saying it's a bull zone, so I'm going to start buying calls here. This guy is also saying bull zone, so I'm going to buy calls here. Or you happen to just look at this 2 guy and be like, all right, market is going to crash. I gotta start buying puts. You will be screwed. You may be right this time, but the next time you will be wrong because you're following someone and it's always a 50-50 chance. Like I said, out of these 5 guys, half of them are going to be right in any case. If it goes up, if it goes down, half of them are going to be right. So you need to make your own decisions. Start using your own brain. Stop following people. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop all this nonsense, relying on noise. Like I see people claiming this is a bear rally since, I don't know, 3-4 months ago. I have seen people call it a top like last year in December before the rally started. They're like, all right, this is it. We are doomed. This is going down to 30 to 300 or 3,200 or something like that. And look where we are right now. Stop listening. Stop all this noise, right? And that includes me. To you, I should be a noise too. But because you have been following me charting things and me talking about things for months now, you should listen to what I have to say, but take it with a grain of salt. Don't make it, all right, if this guy says this, if Edmund Wise say this is the absolute truth. No, everybody is wrong. Your job is to be less wrong, right? That's all. You're never, ever going to be 100% right every single time. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, that was some of the things that I wanted to bring light on because every time market is a little bit unstable, market changes direction, there is a rotation, these experts are claiming victories everywhere. And when you listen to people say, I told you so, I predicted this, it's very easy to believe them and take them as an expert. Anybody can be technical analysis expert. I told you. Anybody who can draw lines, some sort of line, and make sense is a technical expert. Doesn't mean if they have been trading for 6 days, 6 years, or 6 weeks, they are going to claim themselves as a technical analysis expert because what they've been saying for last 4 months finally came true. And they're like, I told you so. I told you this market was going to crash. I told you this was going to happen. We've been saying it for a long time, by the way. But anyway, so don't listen to everything and everybody that you see on TV, on podcasts, on Twitter, or anywhere else. It's just so much noise out there. Everybody's an expert nowadays. Doesn't matter. People laugh at years of experience because they can draw some lines and make sense of it. Like, yeah, it's all right. Anyway, so let's get started with technical analysis. But that was some important talk that I wanted to bring your attention to, so that next time when you make a decision to follow someone, it's a conscious decision and not because you hear that person say, I predicted this 3 months ago.